Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to see how to make the My Orders in our Django e-commerce. So the user will be able to view his booked orders and the order details in his dashboard. So previously we had made with the PayPal payment gateway integration where the user will be redirected to the My Orders page. So I'll just show you in the code. So over here, once the once the order has been placed over here, we had redirected the user to My Orders URL. So we'll just start with this. So for now, we had just returned a HTTP response for that path. So you can see my orders is having just a HTTP response, my orders page. So now we are just going to create this thing. So we'll go to the urls.py file and this 3 is of same thing, right? Yeah. So my orders, we'll just create a view for this. So we are just creating all our views in the controller folder. So we'll say new file, say order.py. So here we will just make all the default imports. So I'll just copy it from this. I'll just copy this and I'll paste over here. And JSON response will remove that. And the decorator we require. And here we just need the order model. Okay, order and order item. So I'll just import both of them. Order item. And we'll create a function over here. And we'll call it index. And add a name to this path and say my orders. So this thing we just created it as order.py, right? So I'll just import that. Say order and you go to the index function. I'll just copy this and I'll create a function over here. Index, pass the request and give a colon over here. So when the user clicks on my orders, we will return all his orders. So first let us filter it. So say orders equal to order model order.objects.filter where the user is equal to request.user. So I'll just create the context here. Context equal to within single quotes, say orders, copy that and paste it over here. So make sure you're giving this same thing over here and say return render. And here we have to give our template name. So just create that inside your templates store. And here we are going to create a new folder called orders, and inside this create a new file called index.html. Yeah, so that thing we need to specify here. So first we pass the request and then your template. So template is store orders and the index.html, and here we'll just pass the context. So here we will just import the same layout which we are using for all other files. Just go above this page and yeah, just copy this thing and paste, and we'll just close the block of content. Yeah, copy and okay, yeah, paste. Here let me say my orders, we'll just test it over here, refresh. Okay, you got it. So here we will add it first in this navbar so we don't have to type that thing in the URL. So we'll go back to the code and go to this main.html. So here it is, our navbar. So here you have this action, another action. So instead of action, I'll just say my orders, and in this href we are going to call the URL and we will give this, yeah, my orders, paste it over there. So we'll get back to the index.html inside our orders folder. So here we have all the orders here. So we'll just iterate through it. Let me say for item in orders, and I will print the item dot and what all we had in the orders table. Let me just check. So here in this order table we have so many fields, so we will be displaying only the total price, the order status, and the order date on this main page. So if you want to get a detailed view of that, there will be a button over here in the right side of view. So when you click that view button, you will be able to see all the order details. So here we'll just print the tracking number. Just copy that from here. Yeah, tracking number. Paste it over here and check your output. So refresh. So I have so many orders over here. So now we'll start designing the page. So we'll just copy it from the other pages. We'll take this banner kind of thing, paste, Control X, my orders, and the yeah, my orders. Just copy that and paste over here. And then we have the container. Yeah, just copy this much and paste. So here you have just remove this form. We're not going to use anything like this. So we need two more closing div over here. Yeah, so now all the divs have a closing div, and this column MD7 will just make it to column MD12. And here we will create a table. Say table, close the table over here. So we'll have the T head, close T head, and then you have the table row and close table row, and inside this we'll have the TH, the table header, copy and paste, close table heading. So here we are just going to display 5 columns. So that is the order date, and then we'll have the tracking number and the total price, the order status, and the view button. So I'll just say action over here. So now the T head is closed over here. So we need the T body. I'll just copy and paste the same thing. Just change that to T body, and table row is going to be the same. And this thing, it's going to be a TD. I'll just remove this and make this thing as TD. And this table row is going to be inside a for loop. So just copy, I mean just cut that and paste it over here. Okay, Control X, paste. Yeah. So here we are using a for loop to display all the orders. So according to this column, we will just arrange this thing. So inside a table row, we need the first is order date. I'll just Control X and paste it over here. So we had the created at field, right? Created at, copy and paste. Yeah. So next we have the tracking number. Say tracking number, and then we have the total price, and then you have the status, and here we are not going to have any value. Instead, we will have a button over here. So I'll just create an A tag, close the A tag, and say view class equal to btn primary, and the href for now we'll just leave it to hash. So now we'll just check the output, save and refresh. Okay, you've got it over here. So we'll just add the class to the table. Go back and here in your table, just say class is equal to table, table bordered, and here just refresh. Okay, so you've got it over here. So when you click on this view button, we are just going to open this order, check the order details. So all the shipping address and what is the payment status, payment mode, and the order status and everything. Before that, we will just add a card header over here telling that this is the my orders page. So we have the card body over here. Just close that and copy this div and paste it over here and close the div. Yeah. So instead of this card shadow, just change the class name to card header and say my orders, copy, and within h2 tag, close that h2 and refresh. Okay, make that a bit smaller, say h3, refresh. That looks fine. And now we'll just make this view button. So we'll go back to this thing, and here in this href we'll create a URL, say URL of order view, and we need to pass the order tracking number also with it. So I'll just show you over here, add a comma and create a new path and say view order and slash, here we will be passing the tracking number. I'll just say pk, or we'll just make it more specific, t number, and here we are just calling the order dot view and name equal to this thing which we have given over here. Yeah, order view. Copy that and paste. So we need to give the tracking number also along with this. So here you just copy and paste. Yeah, copy that and paste. So we'll go and create this function or other view. I'll just make it more specific, view order, copy that and create a function over here, view order request, and we also need to pass the tracking number in this. So make sure whatever you have given in the path, that same thing you call it over here. So the thing which you have mentioned over here, that same thing you have to mention it over here also. So now we will fetch the order with that tracking number. So create a variable called order equals order dot objects dot filter, where the tracking number is equal to the t underscore number, and filter where the user is equal to request dot user dot first. So the first record with that tracking number. So here we are filtering with the tracking number and the logged in user. So we are just verifying if the order belongs to the logged in user. So other users cannot use your tracking number and view your order data. So now we are going to fetch the order items of this order. So create a variable over here called order items equal to order item model. Yeah, order item dot objects dot filter, where the order is equal to this order. Copy and paste, and then create your context and pass your order. Copy and paste, and the order items as well. Copy and paste. Say return render. So first pass the request and then your template name, store orders view dot html, and pass your context over here. Then we'll just create this template. So we'll just go over here, close this. So inside the orders, yeah, say new file, view.html. So we'll just extend that same layout over here. Close this, copy the whole file and paste it over here. Over here, we'll just change it. Order view. So this thing you have, right? Card body. Yeah, so we do not have this table over here. Control X. So we'll divide the screen into two parts. So this part will have the order data and this part will have the order items. So the shipping address and all, we are going to display it in the left side. So here we need a row. I'll just copy it from here. Copy and paste and close two divs over here. Yeah. So just make this to column MD6. And here we're just going to H4, copy and paste, close that H4 tag. Say shipping details and one horizontal row. And here create a label tag and say first name, and then we'll have an div over here, div class equal to, we'll give it a border, close the div, and here we are just going to display the order dot fname. So I'll just check the output for this. Yeah, go and refresh. So when I click on this, so I've got the first name, and this border will just make it a bit, will give some padding from the left. So in this, I'll just say P2. So all the sides will just give padding. It's becoming too big. Just make it to P1 and check. P1, refresh. And this looks fine when you're having some big data. That time this will look good. So the other things also will just fetch it similarly. So we'll just copy and paste. Copy, paste. So this will be the last name. Change this to L name. And then we have the email. The phone. So for the label, you can keep phone number or contact number. And then I'll just go to the order model and check. So you have F name, L name, email, phone, address. So we have one address thing, right? So what I'll do is say address, and then just go and check city, state, country, pin code. So we'll display all this thing within the same thing, the same address box. Yeah. Copy and paste. Address, city, state, and the country. So you can add a comma over here. Yeah, and the pin code we can just display it separately. Copy and paste. Say zip code or pin code, whatever. So we have it in our table as pin code. Copy and paste. Okay, so now let us just check the output for this thing. Refresh and just give some space with this label. We'll just select the opening label tag and say class is equal to mt2. Refresh, and yes, there is some gap over here. And on this side, we will show the order items and then the total price and the payment mode and the tracking number. So all that other data will just display it this side. So here it is, column MD6. Just copy that same thing and paste over here. Close that div. So we need to create a table over here. So I'll just copy it from the index page. Yeah. Copy and paste. So for this table, we need the name of the product and how much quantity and the price, and we'll just play the image of that product. Image. And here we are just going to take this thing, the order items, copy that and paste. Then you have item dot product dot name. So we're using the relationship of that product table and the name field of that product table. And then you have the quantity. So this thing we have it in our order items table. So just go to your models and order item. So you have it over here, quantity. So paste it over here, quantity, and then the price. So you can just go back to that models, and here you can see you have price, paste that, and then the image. So this thing you can just bring it to the next line, and here we'll have an img tag, img src, and within double quotes, control X and paste. So here we are going to use the relationship again with the product table. So item dot product dot product image. So this is your image column dot URL. Yeah, and we'll just give an alt over here. Say product image, and this thing we don't require. So we'll just check the output, go and refresh. So we need to give the width 100 class for that image. Like class is equal to width 100. Refresh. Okay, we'll specify a custom height and width for this as it's becoming very big. Let's say HEIGHT height as 50 px and the width as 50 px. Refresh, and yeah, this looks fine. So we'll add a similar heading like we have shipping details over here. We will display a heading over here as order details. So we'll just copy that, copy and just paste, call order details, and after this table create a h4 tag over here, h4, close the tag, and here say grand total and echo the order dot total price, and then we have the payment mode. So we'll just use the h6 for that. Say payment mode order dot payment mode, copy and paste, and then you have the order status. Say order status as status, and then you have the tracking number. Say tracking number as order dot tracking number. Save, and now let us check the output. Okay, so this thing will just make it to float to the right side. So just add a span tag, close the span tag, add a class name to this span tag, float end, refresh. Yeah. So you can specify border for this thing as well. So similar to this thing, if you want, you can just specify that. Is it or here? Class is equal to border, copy and paste, refresh. This thing requires a little bit more padding over here. Just increase this to P2, refresh, and yeah. So now we'll add a back button over here. So just go to the top, and so here you have the order view, right? So just hit enter and create an A tag, close the A tag and say back href equal to URL of my orders. Copy that and paste. Class is equal to btn warning. Save, refresh. Just float this to this side. Float end and make the text white. Refresh. I'll just add one icon over here with the font awesome. So I tag, close the I tag over here, add a class fa reply, refresh. Okay, so this looks good, and this thing has some margin bottom, so I'll just remove that. Say class equal to mb0, refresh. Okay, go back, and the same with this, we'll just remove that, copy and just paste, refresh. Okay, so we'll just check for the other orders. I'll just open this, and yeah, paid by Razorpay pending, and this is the tracking number. Go back. Okay, so that's it in this video, guys. We have seen how to fetch the user's orders and view the order details in our Django e-commerce. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.